Hi, I'm Colin and welcome to How to Paint Watercolours. So if you're ready, we'll get started and we'll paint this one. Morning everybody, welcome to my channel How to Paint Watercolours with me Colin. I'll give you a quick run round of the colours for this one. Naples yellow, raw sienna, cobalt blue with burnt sienna, a stronger colour of cobalt blue and burnt sienna, burnt umber, French ultramarine and red ochre. We'll get started. Some Naples yellow in the sky, just in the lower parts. It's going to be an evening winter mountain scene and we may be glazing the sky after. I want to bring this just above there. Cobalt blue, burnt sienna. I've got masking fluid around the mountain tops just to keep them clean for the moment, and a little around the tops of the walls and the houses. Just putting a few streaks into the Naples yellow. I'll add some clouds after in a minute when it has dried off slightly, otherwise they will spread everywhere and we're not looking for that. I've stretched the paper, which means I've just wetted both sides and allowed it to stretch. I'm just going to bring a little bit of snow in here. Stronger at the edges. Just softening a couple of areas in. And I'm just going to leave that to dry until the texture of the paper has gone like velvet. Okay, that's dried off a lot, and can you see how it looks like a snooker table when it looks like velvet like that? That's around about the right stage you want this. And I think I'll just add a little bit of burnt umber to that just to darken that a little bit. Now this is a thicker mixture of the sky colour, and we're just going to see how we get along with this, testing it for the spread. I want a cloud coming off the top of this mountain, sort of a swirly. Just make it interesting. Skies are very important. Bring some down here because I want a contrast. Brush, just tickle the bottom. I mean a very damp brush, almost dry. You can see I'm drying them off. Adding no water to the paper, none whatsoever. Don't want to mess with it too long. Darkening up one or two spots in the snow for later. A little darker here. And while we're here, just another little raw sienna. Add a little into the wall, taking a spot of the red ochre. And just dropping this in places. If you haven't got red ochre, light red will do. Any of the brick coloured reds. Just taking some of the sky colour and adding some burnt umber to it. And we're going to drop that in as well. And I want to leave that to dry. Now that it's all nice and dry, I've just removed some of the masking fluid off the mountain tops. I'm going to move some of the sky colour in here again, because I want to add some shadow to this. I'm going to let it down because I don't want it too strong. It's only a shadow. Just on the back side of some of these mountains, I just want to drop some in. And I brought the water all the way down to the bottom. Looks like there, but some of the masking fluid made a mess there, so we'll cover that. I often don't like using masking fluid, it can come with its own problems. pretty weak in these background ones. Just scrumble a bit down here. Some raw sienna. That'll be better with a little bit of yellow ochre, that I think. And I'll drop that in there. Just move to yellow ochre instead of the raw sienna. I'll just pull a few grasses and stuff out while I've got this out into the light. Taking some of the red ochre as well, I'm just dropping that in. Provincial terrain and burnt umber. Darker patches here, we'll just maybe have a brush. Just making some of the foreground slightly interesting. That brush just softens this into the ground. It just attaches it all to your painting. Take a mop brush. I'm going to have to let that dry. Now that's dry, I'm going to take some of the stronger sky colour and just pull it in there while we create some cracks and rocks and ridges. Just a little bit here, and I'm just adding paint and just dragging the brush. I don't want too much on this. If you need a gully, or a ridge, this is just doing the shape of an upside down V. And if you need a gully, say here, like a U shape, and it'll give you your gully. Same time I want to soften some of the edges of these as they come down the slope. Making some soft and hard edges. Any real definition on this one, so I'm just going to wash this out. That's all I want to put on the mountains, and that's going to have to dry. Now that the mountains are nice and dry, I want to add some water along the back here, so I'll undulate it, make it uneven down past the hill. That's just a mix of all the colours really. I'm just looking for a grey mop brush, and I'm just using the tip of the mop brush to bring some trees into this. Not too much paint on the brush, just bring it into the water. I'll make these a little misty. If you start in the dry part, you end up with a tree that has a sharper top as it comes out of the mist. Dropping some paint in there. Some paint around this roof. Isn't that an easy way to put some trees in? Make that a little darker for as we come off onto the hill. Just want to hint at that hill being there. Just a wee bit dark on some of these, just to vary the colour. Actually, just before it dries, because I just forgot, I'm going to take a kitchen towel, clean one, screw it round and where the chimney is. I'm going to take some paint out. Just to show a little smoke coming from the chimney. And now I'm going to let that dry. Now that's dry. Once again, I'm just going to run some water along these farmhouses, underneath the eaves, a little along the wall again. The masking fluid is still on these at the tops of the wall and the roofs. This is French ultramarine and burnt umber. I'll drop this under the eave and allow it to spread. A little under the tops of the wall. Painting walls and things, it can be painfully painful. And once again, that can dry. Okay, your picture's really dry now, and I've just put a fence in, took the masking fluid off and just put a little bit of cobalt blue and burnt umber mixture into the roof. Now, I'm going to take some clean water so you can see it. And like I said, this is going to be an evening painting, but it's a wee bit on the cold side at the moment and a daylight painting. So I'm just taking some clean water and I'm re-wetting the whole painting. And I've mixed up a fluid mixture of French ultramarine and alizarin crimson. For those of you who've got the painting this far, if you don't want to do this, you really don't have to. I'm going to take me French ultramarine and alizarin crimson. I'm going to add this on as few strokes as possible, all the way across. I'm going to leave the centre just a little bit white, remembering to take out our smoky area once again from the chimney. Keep your eye on that so it doesn't backfill in. You may have to restate one or two of the plants in the foreground, but now I'm going to leave that to dry. Okay, now your glaze is completely dry. Like I said to you, you don't have to do it if you don't want to. If you've lost anything in the glaze that's dulled it down, you can bring it back just by restating in the same colours before your grasses and your little bushes. I would like a couple of birds in the sky flying home. I don't want them completely in the centre, so I'm just going to put them there. And this is where you get to sign it, mount it and frame it. I hope you've enjoyed this one. Please leave a comment if you have, and hopefully I will see you next time. So once again, thank you very much for watching. Thank you.